Yes.
I'm going to start with a poem called Water Music. And so the rain becomes this refrain for voices now silent that goes shh. The heuristics of weather loom green's vertical acres. A mind's wildering enterprise is how water high-fives other water in its descent and improvises a fugue ocean. How a drab chorus of scrub jays finds and hones the hidden diatonic from twigs, bottle caps, and the larval scraps. This sight of robins spearing wormholes reminds me how local an occurrence terror can be. Sometimes it's hard to live and not feel besieged by breath, by the air we inhabit into blood. This place we've learned to call home, where a timeless rain is falling. Leap year in the Harrow. One leap year in the Harrow, with February long gone. There is a near joyous errancy in the coastal wind. It's Memorial Day, and the world has defenestrated itself into color. The green swell of leaves in the yard sways to the vagaries of some lost song about remembrance. This morning, meeting my reflection halfway, I derived the equation for defining the event horizon of a mirrored surface. I favor the interleavings of language where silence speaks its verb and muscles its case. A possible vernacular where sky is synonymous with wings and every breath spells closure. Traffic multiplies itself into slowness. 3 dense lanes of it gleaming like a dung beetle crusade, teasing entropy's coiled sleep. The forecast states a monk will roast under God's own magnifying glass. Once again, the mind sets about its customary machinations of needs and wants. Everything the 9 million waves of ocean will drag and smash against the agglomerate of this life before a tidal homing blesses us with quiet music and the weightlessness of stars. Can everyone hear me okay? Dark Dreamer. When the nudge of curb tossed him, confettioed to air's egalitarian sway, he dunned imagination's Esperanto and charged inveigled windmills. History's flywheels spinning off into brief reprieve, detonating time whose braille script he'd known like the silken path of water skimmers. Lights arpeggio annotating the serial night of this, his darkest enterprise, skipping now and then a balletic stone through glass facades soldiering the boulevard, a siege engine behind every single one, softly purring. These next 2 are poems I wrote about the economy. And yeah. Biomechanics. The machinery was there before we even knew it existed. A low hum like industry supporting the horizon. This is where your face meets the mercenary creed of wind. 800,000 jobs lost in April, and spring's decidedly offshored its labor for an early fall. Adam Smith had it wrong. The economy isn't run by an invisible hand, but by a ghost ship manned by a crew of severed limbs. In the blind altruism of ants, the queen is dismembered in a conveyor belt of drones. At Company X, the first tier of layoffs was strategic. Safety in numbers is the ineluctable dream of teeth lined up row by row by row for the tearing into meat. A murder of crows sounds like an epidemic of hope in the suburbs when mortgage rates go soaring. Accretion apparently works both ways. Nothing a pathology of elves could incure at the merest wind chime, and how convenient for hemlock to grow along the side of the road. In Diego Rivera's Pan-American Unity mural, there is the worker by the left shoulder pinned to a factory press, face, half skull, left eye, the serpentine tinctured glass orb of prophecy. Long before the astrolabe mapping the night sky was a science honed by scorpions to find water in the desert. Let us all drink in praise of stars. Promise of erasure. Everyone's familiar here with the mime Marcel Marceau. Marcel Marceau had it over us. Maybe toward a life lived in gestures is also a way. This foraging for fuel and grub is old hat and not good for the planet. I prefer inaction for all its slippery ideations, like a rain-streaked window pane's sodium-lit version of a meteor shower. To stand outside the common fold, master the tentative argot of the seasons, and devise a strategy for miming clouds in their transitory flare. The heart's provisional inspires good gab, the seeds for congressional bills. The algorithms of reversed origami, a mapping of creases, is how star clusters can collapse into a plane without the aid of dark forces. This is especially helpful when studying hedge funds, which bear no resemblance to hedgehogs. Beyond the numinous, we breathe water and drown the starlings of air. Their purpose no longer flight, but falling, as we're all falling. Here the common fund accrues like dew. On summer lawns, dabs the driveway in pink and lilac blooms. We dance on snowflakes and yield to something greater than ourselves.